Probably should have saved
Ride
that
the
for
lightning.
podcast.
That's fine. We can recap. Levi Stadium is being twats to Swifties. And they're telling Taylor Swift about it at the end. If you guys are wondering what happens off of recording, that's what happens off of recording.
Exactly. If you guys are wondering what's actually keeping my head above water, it's the fact that Swifties have been yelling at Levi's Stadium in California.
You know what? It's deserved. So, like...
Yeah, no, it really is. Like, what's funny, you're gonna tell guests that they can't wear a piece of jewelry.
60, 70,000 people, you're going to be like, no, you can't have friendship bracelets. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. I get that the stadiums are like, no, you can't have battery packs on, like, your costumes. Like, I get that because people are crazy and, like, shit could happen. But a friendship bracelet? Really? Like, really? So.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome back to Oddities. I'm Kelly.
Yeah, here we are. I'm Cassie. And welcome back to Strangetown.
Bum, 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 bum. All of our shit's linked down below.
What was the half-hearted bum, bum?
Because I have something else to say, but I want to get our stuff.
Carry on. Sorry, I stole your flow. Hit
it. Please, for the love of God, buy our merch. Yes. We worked hard on it.
We're not even being gentle about it anymore. Please, Jesus. Like, we're not above begging. Just do it. Yeah.
Buy our merch. Please support our show. We're working hard on our bonus episodes with the one brain cell we have left.
Yeah, pretty soon we're about to...
I think we're sharing it at this point.
Yeah, it's not even... No, we don't even each have one whole brain cell. It is one brain cell split in half between the two of us. A feat
we throw it back
science.
And forth to each other.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Yeah.
It's literally $1 a month, guys. And
or more, if you want.
Yeah. The more that you support, the more that we can pull out for you guys and pump out for you guys. And it's just...
Yeah.
You have no idea what we want to do for you.
Just we do. We really do have big plans for this. The problem is the cost around these things because we would need to hire help. And we can't, right now, as it stands, back that from our own pockets, plus, the lives that we lead. So let's all be realistic.
Help your favorite girls
please,
out.
God, please help your favorite intolerables and prattling cows. Out. Those didn't even
Please
apply to you.
Please follow us on social media. Yeah. And support the show.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Anyways.
Also leave a kind review. Kind review. Period.
Emphasis on kind.
Thank you.
Show kindness.
Yeah.
Do unto others as you would want done to you.
Oh, coming in heavy there, but you know what? Sure, fine. And in the meantime, everybody else who, continues to support the show, continues to write in and tell us how much you enjoy it. Thank you very much. We do receiving those messages, whether it's email, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, it doesn't matter. We like hearing those messages, reading those messages. It makes everything for us.
Yes. Like we said earlier, we share one brain cell.
We do. And also, genuinely, we do respond to all of those. We do. I wrote back to somebody who took the time to write to us, and I'm pretty sure their exact words were, "Holy shit, I know you said that you respond, but I didn't expect to get a response."
And now I'm freaking out.
I'm freaking out. I love that. Oh, yes.
And then we were freaking out. It was great.
Mutual freaking out. Yeah, so.
Anyways.
Any hoozles.
How are you?
Thank you. It's a double recording, and it's very early in the morning for Kelly because I'm volunteering later today.
What I'm hoping you're going to bring up that you didn't say from our last episode.
Our business meeting?
I'm hoping you're going to bring something up that happened to you last week.
I got my final birthday gift from Kelly. Is that it? And I love it. It's amazing. Oh. Well, let me finish that. The cross stitch is amazing, and it says "fuck the patriarchy."
I didn't want any recognition for this.
What she's gesturing that you all can't see. So last week I mentioned the bachelorette party. What I failed to mention was it was Harry Potter themed. It was the Triwizard Tournament. I got like face paint, body paint, so, like everybody could get spirited and like whatever. And my wallet, for those of you who don't know, Corey bought me a lovely wallet for my birthday. It's a Coach wallet. It's beautiful. And when I flipped it over, there were penguins embroidered on the front of it, which was wildly on. I love them. It was
Every time you talk about this wallet, I think of Club Penguin, and I don't know why.
it was just so unexpected. And I asked Corey, he's like, "Oh well, I thought it was cool." And also it matches our checks because the background on our checks is called Penguins on Parade. anyway, I told the story at the bachelor party and they loved it. And one of the attendees painted the penguin on my arm, and she did, by the way, chef's kiss, beautiful job.
Yeah, because
it's so good, in fact, because we were out in the sun a lot. It was very hot. It was very sunny, and I got an unfortunate tan line of the penguin, and it's on my arm, and it's still there. It's still. If you're curious, you can visit my personal Instagram. It's linked on the show's Instagram account in the bio. If you want to see it, it's there.
It's so good that you can I literally commented on
is that a penguin? I know, because by that point I had washed the body paint off, so it was just the tan line.
It's so good that it's literally a tanned penguin.
Here's my favorite part. They were like, "Oh, take a picture, send it to Corey. Ask him if he knows what it is." So I send a picture to Corey. This is so sweet and wholesome. You're gonna love this. I send a picture to Corey and I go, "What do you think this is?" And he goes, "Oh, well, I don't know. Is it a rash? It looks red, but I don't see any bumps, so that's a good thing." And I'm like, "No, what is the shape? It's sunburn. What is the shape?" Is that not like the sweetest thing? My favorite part is, I don't see any bumps, Corey. So that's a good thing. Isn't that so sweet?
Bless your heart, Corey.
Big Corey energy. My golden retriever of a man.
I love him.
Yeah, so that's the story of my penguin tan line. Again, if you want to see evidence, I'm not bullshitting you. It's on my Instagram. If you don't follow,
what's
us,
funny? Again,
go do that, and then you can see what my Instagram is. So,
I have to say this again.
The Italian hands.
I've still yet to see your penguin wallet. At this point, I need to never see it.
Okay.
Because the image of it being Club Penguin in my head needs to
just stay. I won't send you any pictures then. It's very cute. I love it. I feel like a boss every time I pull it out.
I believe that it's cute. And I think it's really sweet that that's what he got you for your birthday. But the fact, I know it's not Club Penguin.
It's not.
The fact that my millennial brain is reading
That's
it
probably
as
one of the
Penguin.
most millennial things that like you could like associate it with.
I want to know why.
I know, I love it for you. I think the only other thing that I have to share is I've been tapped at work to do a voiceover for a video.
That's cool.
Yeah. But aside from that, I have no other news. The rest was shared on last episode.
Is it because you run 2 podcasts?
That's why my coworker.
That's why
Jordy. You're listening. I know you're listening. I was about
to say, is it Jordy?
That's why Jordy looped me in. He was like, hey, you want to do a voiceover for a video? Sure. So that's a...
Way to go, Jordy.
The sad part is I was given the wrong script, so the voiceover that I did was incorrect, so I have to do it all again. Annoyed. Annoyed, but...
This is giving big following in your father's footsteps energy.
Listen, it wouldn't be the worst thing, but there are definitely some things that I hope don't happen to me. So...
Fair and valid.
Over to you. How are you?
I'm fine.
She says, rubbing her forehead.
My coffee's kicked in.
What?
My coffee's kicked in.
Oh, when the gulp. She has one of those. She has one of those cups. Well, you have several of these. Though it's this thing on TikTok, and this woman goes around to like. It's the Ray Dunn. It's the Ray Dunn stuff where it's like there's words on it, and the mug says gulp, but the lady in the TikToks always reads them in a demonic voice.
She uses a demon voice.
So
gulp,
gather. Like she'll just like
blessed.
So yeah. Anyway.
I love that. I love it every time you send it to me. I get
They're
excited.
hilarious. They are so funny.
But then I have like Ray Dunn stuff around my house, and I can't read any of it
It's
now
ruined.
without a demonic voice
It's
in my
ruined,
head.
but
No, it's not
it's
ruined.
enhanced.
It's like it makes it
Good.
better.
Good.
And what's funny is I know you have one on your desk, so anytime you send pictures of that on your desk,
Be
yeah,
happy.
be happy.
Or actually, when I look at it, it's like a threat, right? Be happy.
be
Or else.
No, but no, I am good. And like, yeah, no, I'm good.
When the coffee hits, we're good. Excellent.
Yeah. I'm fueled.
You're fueled. All the power to you, because like nowadays, I'm hitting the age now where I smell coffee and I have to take a shit. It's like immediate.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
It's like a thing for me, so God bless. Now that everybody knows about my bowel habits, shall we?
Shall we hit it?
We hit it?
Well, I just went first.
Okay, I'll go first.
So you should probably go first.
This is a
now.
listener's topic, but this was back before I was chronicling who passed along these topics, and so therefore, I'm a piece of shit. But thank you to whoever.
Uh-oh.
Thanks to whoever. SpaghettiOs. I'm covering Stanley Romanek. This guy's fucked. So let me tell you.
Okay.
So, and this is right up my alley, of course, because it's largely around aliens. You know how I feel. Aliens. I love aliens. Big fan. We know this. If you're a longtime listener of the show, big aliens energy over here. Aliens. So, Stanley, Stannikins, Stanala, Banala, Stanny Romanek, Good Time Stanley, whatever we want to call him.
I love this.
Thank you.
I love this energy.
Good luck to the theater when I go to volunteer there later. I'm going to be a fucking hoot. All right. Anyway, American author, documented con artist, convicted sex offender, all around gem of a human being, clearly. So,
okay.
His claims, there are many claims, but they include being abducted by aliens, being implanted with an alien artifact, okay, and also having
we're just hitting it hot.
Having sustained mysterious injuries inflicted by aliens, having experienced telepathic communications with aliens, being dressed in women's clothing by aliens, and to have fathered a human-alien hybrid offspring. Of course, he's unable to corroborate like any of these claims, but let's get into him. So, of course, he's this supposed alien abductee. He says his first UFO encounter back in 2000. And he's had a lot of experiences with aliens since that time, so like the fun just keeps coming, right? This includes allegedly discovering mysterious wounds on his body which would glow under a black light. Okay. Why we thought to check it with a black light, I don't know. That wouldn't have been my first
funsies.
thing, but yeah. Claiming to have communications with aliens over a ghost box.
What's a ghost box?
Ghost boxes are like when you're ghost hunting, you like a lot of
and they talk through the box.
They talk through the box, or they scan radio waves, or like things like that. That's the ghost box. I have a ghost like radio scanner thing.
Ooh, bring it to my house.
Yeah, we bust it out on occasion.
I wonder if we'll find out what a ghost hole is.
All right, we're gonna have to ask. I'll bring some salt too. He also claims that aliens followed his car and visited his home. In one account from 2003, he claims that he woke up and found himself wearing a lady's flannel nightgown and suspected he had been abducted and returned in women's clothing. Romanek says he eventually came to suspect that the clothing belonged to another supposed abductee, which is Betty Hill. When asked if the gown had been tested for Hill's DNA, he claims that it had not because the test was too expensive. Appearing on ABC Primetime back in 2009, he made unsubstantiated claims that he underwent hypnosis by R. Leal Sprinkle. What a name, first of all.
Yeah.
A psychologist who specializes in alien abduction cases. How do I get that job?
I don't know, but I want it too.
I want that job. I don't know that I'm going to believe, 90% of my patients, but anyway, unrelated. I digress. Romanek also claims that under hypnosis he wrote out the Drake equation. Oh, excuse me. Which is a formula used to estimate the number of communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in our galaxy, and then added times 100 to it. Joe Nickel from the Center for Inquiry suggested that the equation was done through simple memorization. There have been numerous controversies around this Yahoo, as you can imagine. There's one called the Boo video. So in 2008, he appears on Larry King Live, along with this guy, Jeff Peckman, who was the former mayoral candidate. And he endorsed Romanek's story as part of his campaign for a Denver Extraterrestrial Affairs Commission. Love that for Denver, by the way. Anyway, Romanek claims, oh my god, stick a fork in me. He claims to have recorded a video of an alien peeking in his window, which is now commonly referred to as the Boo video. So in May of 2008, during an interview on Coast to Coast AM radio, Romanek, along with host George Noory, suggests that Romanek take a lie detector test over the authenticity of this Boo video. By the way, anytime I read Boo video, I think of my dog Boo.
I immediately thought of Boo when you said it.
Which I love this for Boo. But anyway, Romanek agrees to the test. And when it was conducted later that year, he fails on the question, is the Boo tape a hoax? He alleges that without evidence that he has any medical conditions that prevent a lie detector test from working for him. Later, at the 2009 Mysteries of the Universe conference in Kansas City, he instead alleges without evidence that he was set up by Noory to fail. He also makes this unverified claim that he consulted a video expert, stating without evidence that the Boo video would have cost $50,000 to fake. A paranormal claims investigations group called Rocky Mountain Paranormal Research Society, sign me up, debunks this claim, saying that they reproduced the video for about $90. Then, in 2009, he has an interview, again, on ABC Primetime, and he says he has physical evidence of his abduction experiences by way of an alien implant in his leg. And when a medical test for the implant was requested, he says, oh, the implant disappeared. I know, plot twist galore.
Wow.
Where'd it go? That's the biggest mystery of all. So then, in 2015, in a live video interview, Romanek is caught in the act of faking paranormal evidence. He's throwing objects in the background at himself. He's failing to cover his hands and the device used to propel the objects, and being forced to confess to the interview, essentially, at a later date, that he knowingly fabricated the alleged paranormal activity, though claiming his other alleged experiences were still true. Then comes the truly scary part of all of this, which is child pornography.
Ew.
Vomitus. Disclaimer, if you're uncomfortable, go ahead, skip ahead. This part's not fun. February 13th, 2014. He's arrested after turning himself in at the Larimer County Jail on charges of possessing and distributing child pornography. The outcome of an 8-month investigation launched by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. They found more than 300 images as well as video files depicting child pornography on his computers. He appears at the Larimer County Courthouse, and he's released on a $20,000 personal recognizance bond. Disgusting. He shouldn't have been released at all.
Yeah.
Awful. March 2016, he pleads not guilty to both charges after refusing a plea deal from the 8th Judicial DA's office. In 2017, he's found guilty of felony possession of child pornography, but not guilty of distribution. His sentencing was held in December of 2017. He's sentenced to serve 2 years in the Larimer County Community Corrections halfway house, and he is required to register as a sex offender. Still not enough to me. He reported immediately to jail to wait for space to become available at the facility. As a sex offender, he's now subject to 10 years of intensive supervised probation, not allowed to use computers or electronic devices unmonitored, and not allowed contact with children under 18 without approval from Community Corrections Program. None of that's enough. It's not enough.
Nope.
Period. February 2014, his wife, Lisa, said, quote, "We will be taking ufology into the courtroom." After their trial, their defense attorneys, Colorado law firm McClintock and McClintock, stated that they did not do this because it was not relevant to the case. These people are fucking whacked. Anyway, they advised Romanek to appeal the conviction and hire new defense counsel to handle the appeal case, which, according to Romanek's attorney, is standard advice. Following the announcement of the verdict, his wife, Lisa, said that they plan to file a notice of appeal within a 45-day period. Romanek makes public allegations that the government had planted the evidence on his computer. At the sentencing hearing, Deputy District Attorney Joshua Ritter accuses him of deception, quote, to try and place blame on others, and doctoring evidence, quote, in the form of videos falsely alleging that his computer had been hacked. And then Ritter discloses that Romanek had even tried to frame his stepson, Jacob, for placing the pornography on his computer. The prosecutor points out that even the defense team would not allow such fabricated evidence into court. Into 2017, Romanek's attorney, Ted McClintock, states that his client plans to appeal the conviction, and to date, no appeal has been filed. But the implementation of Romanek's mandatory sex offender program had been delayed several times and dragged out, with him making unverified claims that physical illness was keeping him from completely complying with the court orders. And then after claims of illness caused him to miss several court dates during his original sentence, Romanek was resentenced on November 30th of 2020 to 10 more years of intense supervised probation. And the judge expressed concern that Romanek was not taking responsibility for his crimes. And rightfully so, because I don't fucking think he is. This guy's a garbage can. He just sucks.
Yeah.
All of the bullshit around the aliens and whatever, and the, con work around that is one thing. But child pornography and not owning up to it and not
It's inexcusable.
It's inexcusable, and the court's not giving harsh enough punishment, in my opinion.
No.
There's no reason.
Still not.
No, it's still not. So, I think he should go to jail for life for that. That's how I would roll. I don't even know if that's a thing, but to me, that's how it should be. Anyway, that's Stan Romanek. This guy sucks.
Guy's a piece of crap.
All the alien stuff, it's all relatively harmless, whatever. But then you bring this into the whole thing, and it's God, this guy fucking sucks. So
yeah,
I'm
nauseous.
I know. I don't believe for a second that he actually came across aliens either. I'm going to be honest. I think this guy has problems.
Mentally unwell.
Yeah, maybe he genuinely believes this stuff. I don't know, but no.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, that's Stan Romanek.
He immediately, in my eyes, discredited himself the second he did those
heinous crimes.
Yeah.
That's how they say it in My Cousin Vinny. Heinous crime.
I love that.
You like that reference? Does that help make you feel better?
I love My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny is one of the costumes we were considering for Halloween, but I don't think we're going to do it. But maybe in the future we should.
Keep it on the board, please.
Big time. Big time. I would go as Marissa Tomei's character. I can't remember what her actual name is in the movie, though.
But I love that for you.
I love that for me, too. She's a boss. And I would love for Corey to go as Vinny. But... And Donut would be the judge. Be? Donut would be the judge. Okay. Boo, I think we would just dress in a suit as an attorney or something. She could be the little old lady that testifies with the super thick glasses, too. I don't know. It's hard to say. Or the Karate Kid. Yeah.
Love that.
Love that. Anyway, that's Stan Romanek. He sucks. Long story short. There's nothing to debate here.
Yeah, no, he's horrible. On to a lighter topic.
Oh, happy times.
Yeah, because I feel like this is a very happy cryptid, especially with the name.
A happy cryptid.
The Ogopogo.
The Ogopogo. It's up there with the Tizzy Wizzy. We have to cover that one, too. That's from a friend, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
The Tizzy Wizzy. And the Ogopogo.
The Ogopogo is located in no other than Canada.
God bless Canada. I hope you guys are okay, because there's a lot of fires.
Yes, there is, and the East Coast is dealing with a lot of the smoke still, isn't it?
We certainly are, but, at least we're not on fire.
The worst part of all of that is, though, and I hate hearing it constantly right now. Now I know what California feels like. I hate it. I hate it so much.
But now I do know what California feels like. Although when I was a kid and we lived in well, maybe that's just because I was a kid and I was, oblivious, but...
You were a kid. You suppressed it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's gone. It's somewhere in the recesses of my brain.
You've been living fresh air.
I've been living fresh East Coast air ever since.
But anywho, in Canadian folklore, the Ogopogo is a lake monster said to inhabit the Okanagan lake in
Okay.
British Columbia.
All right. This is the most Canadian thing I've ever heard, by the way.
Some scholars have charted the entity's development from First Nations folklore and the widespread water monster folklore. The Ogopogo now plays a role in the commercial symbolism and media representation of the region.
You know what? Way to go, Canada. You should, like, that's fine. The Ogopogo's cool. Go for that.
Yes. Um, this lake is the largest of 5 interconnected freshwater uh, forged lakes
Okay.
in the valley of the Okanagan Lake. I'm not saying that right. There's a lot of
Okanagan.
N's and G. Yeah, my dyslexia is not having
It's
fun
not
with this
happy.
word, and I
It's not happy.
apologize.
We're just gonna call it the
Um,
Okanagan. Let's just do that.
yeah. In British Columbia, named after the First Nations people who first inhabited the area. It was created when melting glaciers flooded the valley 10,000 years ago, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me.
Oh, glaciers.
It stretches for 79 miles, and it has a maximum depth of 762 feet. That is
Oh,
scary.
that's deep.
Uh, and
Okay.
an average depth of 249 feet, which is still deep and scary.
You know what? Like, I already buy it because there's, of course, like some fucking crazy lake monster could have gotten frozen in glaciers and then melted and it's just hanging out in that deep ass lake. Like, I believe it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And what's really cool, it has frozen over 8 different times over the last 110 years.
Holy cow.
And I think that's pretty cool with that being it that big and that deep.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
Yeah. Um, the lake monster has been mostly described as being a serpentine creature with smooth, dark skin,
Same.
with a large body thicker than a telephone pole,
Same.
being up to 50 feet in length. The monster is said to move at an incredible speeds, coiling
Same.
its body vertical and propelling itself with a powerful tail. It gives Nessie vibes.
It does. This is a Canadian Nessie, which I love that for
Yeah.
Canada.
It has a very it has a very happy face.
It has a happy face?
In my opinion, it has a happy face. There's a little picture of a statue that they have devoted to it,
Oh
and
my god, a
it's
little
happy.
stat. This is so fucking Canadian. I fucking love it.
It's very Canadian,
This
and I
is,
love it
I
very much.
love that. Yeah.
According to historian Mark M. Orkin, the creature received its name on a night in 1924 when the strains of an English music hall song were first heard in the city of Vernon, British Columbia. Orkin cites the following lines from the song. This is ridiculous.
Oh, good. Oh, it's getting even better. Okay, great.
His mother was an earwig, his father was a whale, a little bit of head, a hardy any tail. And Ogopogo was his name.
What the fuck? How would the mechanic? First of all, the mechanics behind that wouldn't work. So this song is false. But okay. I love it anyway. But no.
Orkin, however, notes that a somewhat different form of the song appeared in the Vancouver province in 1912, August 24th, 1926, according to the DC name, was first applied in 1912. Additionally, the creature may sometimes be referred by the pet name Augie.
Oh, I love him.
Small creatures may be referred to as Ogopups.
Oh.
It just gets cuter and cuter.
You know what? I really love this for the Ogopogo. Like the Ogopogo's going forth. It's prospering. You know, in fact, if there's Ogo pups, then in fact there were at least 2 Ogopogos, and I love that.
Yes. A little bit of like history and native origins. According to Ben Radford, the Ogopogo is more closely tied to native myths than it is any other lake monster. The Sekawembic and Silix natives regarded the Ogopogo, which they call the Narika, as evil serpent entity with great power and ill intent.
Oh,
So
damn.
not as cute.
Okay, a dark Ogopogo. You know, we all have a dark side though, so like I can't
Yes.
fault him.
The word Nahaikit has various translations, such as water demon or water god. You know,
Well,
polar
could
opposites.
go either way. Yep, we just don't. Depends on
Or
the day.
sacred creature of the water.
I like that better.
Yeah.
Okay.
In native lore, Naika, Naika demanded a live sacrifice for safe crossing of the lake.
Oh, okay.
For hundreds of years, First Nations would sacrifice small animals before entering the water. Oral traditions often described visiting Chief Timbisket.
Limp
Timbesket?
Biscuit.
I thought the same thing when I
Did you
was doing this research. I'm
visiting
not even.
visiting Chief
I
Limp
love that we're on the
Biscuit?
same wavelength there.
Sorry, I don't know how
Um,
Limp Biscuit got here, but here we are.
who
Okay.
rejected the required sacrifice, denying existence of the demon. Upon entering the lake on a canoe with his family, Naikta whipped up to the surface of the lake with his long tail, and the canoe and its occupants were sucked into the bottom of the lake.
Oh no.
The Nikita was often described as using its tail to create force storms to drown its victims.
Interesting, interesting. Okay.
In 1855, settler John McDougall,
Oh, okay.
the name, sorry,
John McDougal. Yep.
claimed that his horse was sucked down into the water and nearly his canoe before he cut the line.
Hold on. What was the horse
So
doing
the
like
horse,
out in the middle of the lake to get sucked down into the
it
water?
was him and his canoe.
And the horse?
So the
The
the,
horse
the
was on
horse was
the
in the canoe, or the horse was swimming behind the canoe.
Dude, I don't know, but like that
I
horse
don't know
shouldn't
the
have been in
logistics of it.
that horse shouldn't have
It
been in
was
that situation.
1855. I'm gonna assume that the logistics of the translation of all this was.
Also what the fuck were they doing in 1855 anyway? So it's fine.
There you go. According to Pat Raphael of West Bank First Nation, a member of nations of the larger Okanaga Nation Alliance, the demonic view of Natika came about through miscommunication between Canadians, early European settlers, and the Sikhs people to the Sikhs, and I can't even pronounce
It's all right. You
that nation.
take your time. Yep, that's fine.
A sacred spirit of the lake that protects the valley. The spirit was said to dwell in caves under Rattlesnake Island, aka Monster Island, or adjacent to Squally Point.
Hmm.
So there's many
Monster Island.
interpretations of the Ogopogo.
I mean, I personally enjoy the cartoonish one. I'm looking at
Yeah.
pictures right now with a nice, happy little smile. Not a water demon.
Yeah. According to spectacle author Benjamin Radford, the contemporary sightings of the Ogopogo are most likely misidentifications of a waterfowl, otter, or beaver, adding the First Nation stories were not referring to literal lake monsters like the Ogopogo, but instead to a legendary water spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Though the supernatural of the Okanagan Valley Indians were long gone and decidedly less fearsome. I don't know how you can misidentify the Ogopogo with an otter.
I mean, I do love that though because I love otters, but yeah, I don't. I mean, I
Come
don't
on.
know how that computes. I think. What do I think? I think that if we're looking at like the native accounts of it, I think what we're seeing
Mm-hmm.
is typical. I mean, they're beautiful and they're very interesting, but like typical oral tradition type of thing where they're using these circumstances for some kind of a lesson, or they're using some kind like, hey, this body of water is treacherous. Like, there's this
Yeah.
thing, and like, ooh, storms. Like, something to learn from. That's what I think it is personally. Or
Yeah.
or they literally believed in this sacred being, and they were being respectful of the sacred being of the lake. Like, I mean, that could be genuinely a thing too. Why
We've
not
talked
both?
about elders coming up with stories to protect children
Yeah,
from doing
yeah,
stupid things. So,
yeah.
what I find interesting, there is currently an unclaimed $10,000 reward for concrete evidence of a sturgeon in
Oh,
that lake because people believe that maybe there is a sturgeon in the lake
you know what? That's
that is
valid.
being mistaken for an ogopogo.
That's valid. Sturgeons can get fucking huge.
Big.
Those things are fucking
So,
wild. Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe. I think that's a ooh.
That's a really good possibility right
I
there.
don't know how to fish, but do you feel like going fishing?
I mean, I would love $10,000 right
Me
now.
too, and I would love to see a giant ass sturgeon
And I'm
as
about to
well.
update my passport, so let's go to
Let's
Canada.
listen. Canada, I'm here for it. I like Canada. I've been big fan.
I mean, you know,
Canada.
I mean, I'm
There,
just saying, like,
there's. I was looking at pictures. There's this cool.
they're nice.
There's a cool statue of Augie, and you can sit on like it's like a little like thing. It's like a photo
Yeah.
op. You can sit like you can ride Augie.
And it's the happy statue.
It's the
That's
happy.
the one I'm
Yes,
talking about, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So I
In
mean, I
British
could.
Columbia, I think that's like up by my. I think that's like literally a ferry ride from my godmother's place in
Well,
Washington.
so I mean, if the shoe
So like,
fits, like yeah, I big fan of this. I would love
hi
a photo
godmother, I know
op.
you're listening.
Hi, godmother, I'm coming over. Surprise! I'll make you
So
some
that's the
cookies or
Ogopogo.
something. That's it. Wow, the Ogopogo. I mean, I really love. Let's just like walk with me for a second. Come into my office. Come. Let's discuss. Take a seat.
Corey just appears out of the corner.
I know, right? Could we? I mean, really? Maybe it's a big ass dinosaur thing. It's probably dead at this point, but like, why couldn't it have been like, frozen in some shit? The shit melted, and
Melted.
like the
Ended
thing.
up in the valley.
Maybe it wasn't alive when people came
Revived
across it.
itself.
Hey, listen, stranger things have happened. Okay,
Yeah, have happened.
maybe it got electrocuted. Maybe there was a big ass lightning storm when it defrosted. We revived. Cryogenics is weird, and we have ourselves a happy little monster. Listen, it couldn't be out of the realm of possible either, right? That like a big ass dinosaur thing defrosted in the lake. They came across the dead body and they were like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stay out of the fucking lake." Whatever. And meanwhile, that guy with his horse that got sucked down or whatever, like, I mean, whirlpools happen. Like, it happens. Like, weather is
Yeah.
strange. Like, phenomena happen. So, like, I mean, whatever. I don't think it was Augie. Big fan of Augie. And I like Oggo pups or whatever. Little Augie
Yeah,
babies.
I like it too.
I love this. This was such a good, happy choice after my garbage
This
fucking human
is
being.
thanks to Cousin Nathan, by the way. So thank you, Cousin Nathan.
Thank you, Cousin Nathan. You know what? I have to take time too and say thank you to Cousin Nathan. He messages me on Facebook. We talk sometimes, and he sends me these wonderful little comics. And also, like, I think he sent me like a stuffed, like a little thing of like a stuffed Mothman. I'm pretty sure at one point. Anyway, big fan. Thank you, Cousin Nathan. Thanks for thinking of
He's
us.
a very thoughtful person. Just
He
throwing it out
is. I
there.
can see that.
Yes.
So thank you, and thanks for listening, and thanks for the topic.
Yeah.
And to the listener who did tell me about Stan Romanek, I'm sorry that I don't know who you are at this point.
You are an
anymore.
amazing human being, and thank you for the topic.
Thank
but
you for the
Stan
topic.
is a piece of crap.
Stan's a piece of shit. I think we can all agree on that. But it was an interesting topic nonetheless, because that guy's a fucking whack
Whirlwind.
job. Yeah. Anyway, this has been a ride.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I do enjoy the level that we're operating at these days that is just so,
Woo!
like, so what the fuck? Love it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a special flavor, a certain je ne sais quoi. So,
Quoi.
good for us. We're going to go now. Until next
Yep.
time.
Stay strange.